Man, there is a lot of anime that comes out on Saturday. Like, it's crazy. Majority of this anime season, like 90% or even more than that of this anime season is coming out on Friday, Saturday, somewhat Sunday, and that's it. I mean, there's just so much anime coming out on those days. It's freaking ridiculous. But hey, so much good anime. So much damn good anime on the weekends. Let's be real here. Let's be honest. There's some really good shows that have been coming out all day today. And once again, another great episode of Kekkai Sensen. So with last week's episode, all of us pretty much had the exact same complaint. There was a lot of info dumping. Like, just so much information and a lack of time. Like, I mean, there was just so much to grasp from the first episode of Kekkai Sensen, that majority of us watchers of the episode was kind of lost and asking, like, okay, what the fuck just happened? Like, just so many plot points. Well, with this episode of Kekkai Sensen, it's like the pacing just hit the brakes, and we got some really good quality pacing in this episode, and it was mainly a single focused episode where you have it to where our main male character is trying to fit in with Libra, and he's trying to become a better member and be more useful. That's kind of what this episode is. And also at the exact same time, you have it to where Hijikata, you know, the voice actor Hijikata from Gintama, he is protecting our main male character, Leonardo. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I like the episode. It was just taking the time to showcase the different powers, the setup, and maybe what the main ongoing theme of this series is going to be. For instance, stopping crimes in the city against other people and stuff like that. Like, Libra is supposed to protect the balance between the worlds and the different people and stuff like that. And so it's interesting getting to see the perspective of what was going on in this episode. Now, getting into some deeper means, one thing I've noticed about Kekkai Sensen is the atmosphere and character designs. Like, out of all the anime from this anime season, all of them, Kekkai Sensen has probably the most unique art design and character design from this anime season, because there's just so many unique designs, especially when it comes to the different aliens or creatures and monsters or whatever they're called. There's so many different designs, and especially like the vehicle design in this episode. Like when you see how our main male character Leonardo gets inside the vehicle's mouth and he's just traveling and all that, the design of the interior of that reminded me something of like Devil May Cry. I remember in Devil May Cry that you have like this demonic type room. That's kind of what that room looked like when you saw the heartbeat type thing going on with the floor. It just looks so freaking cool, and I'm loving the design and the animation art style in this. That's one thing why I'm certain I'm going to continue watching this series, because the art design is just to die for. I'm a big sucker for that art design, especially with the character designs too on top of that. Like, did you see the villains designs in this? Like, the way their eyes and facial structures were, like, I forget what that creature was called in Pokemon. Didn't the dude with the mask and the single Cyclops eye look like that, the ghost Pokemon that was like, Cyclops or whatever? I forget the name of that. It's Dusclops, that's it, Dusclops. Didn't that dude look like a Dusclops from Pokemon? He did. He looked straight up like someone from Pokemon. And then the other dude looked like someone you would see from Dark Souls. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's so crazy. Some of the designs remind me of some twisted and creepy looking designs from other games I have seen, besides Pokemon, of course. But still, the thing is just with these two episodes, I feel like Kekkai Sensen has a really good thing going for it, especially with the way they're trying to display their story. And the animation, oh my god, the animation's fucking, yeah, it's good. Now, there is a couple complaints I have about the animation when it comes to this episode. There was jump cuts. Now, jump cuts are usually not that bad. It just depends on how they're used, but there was some jump cuts used in this episode about 3 times. 3 times I noticed jump cuts. And they were very obvious, especially in one scene where you saw our main male character, he knocked on the door about to deliver pizza, and all of a sudden you just see it how the door instantly opens the next scene like less than a second. It looked very awkward and just looked very clunky when it came to the animation and art style. And then there was a couple other scenes like that, especially towards the ending when the monkey was sitting on his head. So yeah, there was some issues with the animation and art, but for the majority of the episode, it looked pretty damn good. I mean, I'm loving the way the backgrounds look, especially with the, you know, the skyscrapers of New York and stuff looks just so damn good. Like, I'm so used to the stereotypical Japanese setting and backgrounds. I mean, I've seen probably that one river in Japan like hundreds of times in Japan. You know, that one background where you see the river, and when you see the bridge going over the river, and you see like the grass bank hill thing. I've seen that shit so many times, it's crazy. And I'm so glad that Kekkai Sensen has just this different design about it. It has this different backgrounds that we don't see normally in anime. And I feel like that's one of the main reasons why I would suggest this series to other people already on the second episode. Now, the plot, is it good? Like, from the second episode, the plot, like I said, is just setting up to where Libra is trying to stop criminals from doing things against the law. That's kind of what this episode is trying to set up, and our main male character kind of using his abilities a little bit better to cast genjutsu on everybody else. And that's it. That's this episode of Kekkai Sensen. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Y'all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.